one of the handling characteristics is basically the knot tie down. When the surgeon is taking the sutures, he is try to slide the sutures down to the wound edge. So in the process, what happens if there is a lot of friction is there between the sutures and the tissue, and the tissue will be dragged. Okay, so it may be damaging the tissue during the surgery, as well when the surgeon is trying to remove the sutures from the wound. So we need to have a lower tissue drag. That means we need to have lower friction between the suture and the tissue. But at the same time, now if we have very low, this is the friction between the tissue and the sutures. On the other hand, the knot security. Another thing is how easily it untie and opening. So the knot security is low means what happens when the surgeon is putting the knot, okay, the knot is slipping. So then he will try to put the second knot, third knot. Many times he must have done nylon rope to dry your cloth in your house. So just you put only one knot, okay, its material is very stiff and highly low friction. The knot will come down. So you will keep on putting 1 knot, 2 knot, 3 knot like that. That means you put more throw. So there you need actually materials should be less stiff and more pliable and should have higher friction. In that case, what of the knot you tied, the knot will will remain. So that is basically knot security. So knot security you can measure by putting a knot over a rubber tube. I think in the last class we discussed, and try to apply tensile load to the knot. The knot should rather break rather than slip out. So knot security depends on many parameters. One is the chemical composition of the sutures, whether it is nylon, polyester. It is the chemistry of the material constituting the sutures, and that is going to affect the surface, the adhesion property of the material. Okay, and the another thing is a knotting technique. Some knots are more secured by the type of the form. And then the friction coefficient. Friction coefficient, there are two friction. One is the inherent friction that is decided by the polymer of the suture, whether it is nylon, polyester. The other thing is the suture may be given coating. Okay, when the coating is there, what happens? The coating is going to fill up the asperities on the surface of the sutures. So then what happens? Suture will become smooth, and to that extent, what happens? The friction will be less, and the adhesion is decided by the surface of the material. That is, now the surface is covered by the coating material. Okay, so the inherent friction can be altered by applying suitable coating on the surface of the sutures. And again, the compressibility of the stiffness of the sutures also decide the knot security. The material is compressible, the knot will remain. Okay, the material is very stiff. Okay, the security will not be good. Okay, because the stiffness, okay, it try to bounce back, so the knot will not be in place. Knot will come out, so which will give low security. So the low coefficient of friction, less compressibility, more stiffness, and the nature of all these things will leads to low knot security. So uncoated structures have higher knot security than coated ones. The reason is that in the uncoated sutures there is inherent surface roughness of the suture is there. Any material when you look at in a microscope, nothing is smooth. Every material have some micro asperities. So what happens when you tie the knot? There is almost zero velocity between the ends of the material. So that is basically static friction or boundary friction. In any material, boundary friction means the rubbing velocity is very zero or very low. It is only in millimeter per minute. So in that case, what happens in the boundary friction, if the material is rough and the materials are sliding over each other, then they give more friction. Whereas we go for smooth one, they give less friction. Whereas when the rubbing velocity is very high in meters per minute, okay, more than 2 meters, 3 meters per minute, any material, rubbing material which have smoothness will give less friction. So the smoothness and roughness, they play a different role, depends on the rubbing velocity. So in the case of surgery, the speed at which the surgeon is doing the putting sutures. So the relative velocity between the suture and the tissue, and the relative velocity between the parts of the sutures in the tied portion, they are all almost negligible. So they are perfectly in the boundary region of the friction. So that if the material is having more surface roughness, they promote more friction. And if they promote more friction, knot security will be higher. The other thing is the memory, okay? So all our polymeric materials, synthetic materials have very high memory. Among these, synthetic materials, nylon has very high memory. So what happened? Why the nylon is having high memory means, the nylon TG is at room temperature. Okay. Suppose if there is some moisture is there, the nylon TG goes down very sharply with increasing moisture. A nylon which is the TG is 40 degree in dry stage, the TG may go down to minus also, minus Celsius, if it is having a moisture. So when you make the sutures, what they are doing is after sterilization, you are folding it, which is in a curved form, and you are putting, let us say, 20 centimeter of the sutures or 30 centimeter sutures into a small pack. So what happens? The suture is lying in a folded, kinked configurations in the pack. So by the time the surgeon opens the pack, the material has been already placed inside for few weeks or few months. Suppose the material is having high memory, they try to retain those kinks which was there inside the package. So when the surgeon takes out, it's very difficult for him to handle it. So they exhibit still in a kink form. So if you take 1 meter length of the sutures, which is already put in a pack, okay. When you try to take it out, and when you try to freely hang the material, if it doesn't have any memory, okay, the 1 meter length of the sutures will exhibit 1 meter from end to end distance. Suppose if they have high memory, what happened? They will not stand in a vertical configuration. They will be standing in a kinked configuration. So when you measure the length between end to end of the switches, the length will be less. So if the memory is very high, it is difficult for the for the surgeon to handle it. And also, if the material is highly stiff, also it is difficult for the surgeon to handle it. So high memory means the suture has tendency to regain the spiral form. It was in the spiral or kinked form inside the package, and they try to retain that particular shape, which is not desirable for the surgeon to do the job. Another thing is the capillarity. Capillarity is basically what? It refers to capillary in action. There may be capillary which may not be in action. You can create a capillary, but the capillary is very big, they may not be giving capillarity. Or even if the capillaries are small, okay, how much the capillary pressure they exert, that depends on the surface energy of the material. Okay, surface energy of the material depends on the type of material, whether it's nylon, polyester, the chemistry of the material. Okay. So another thing is what is the structure of the material? Suppose it is a monofilament, or multifilament. In the case of monofilament, there is only one filament. There is no capillary, between the filaments. There is only one filament. Whatever any capillary is there, only it will be on the surface, and it's not a closed capillary. It is a very open capillary. Whereas when you go for multifilament yarn, multifilament, which may be twisted or braided, what happens? There is a number of filaments are there. In between the filaments, you have the capillary spaces are there. And if the surface energy of the material is high, and it has better wicking. So more wicking means more capillarity. So in the case of our switchers, we want less capillarity. That means we want less wicking. So what happened? The fluids which are now surrounding the switchers, they can be transported through the capillaries of the switchers. Through the capillary means there are two types of capillaries. One is between the filaments inside the switchers. Another is there is a in the case of twisted one, there is a spiral or some typical structure is there. The capillary structure is there on the surface. So the capillary may be less effective capillary is there on the surface, and very effective capillaries are there between the filaments inside the switchers. So high capillarity is not desirable because it will transport the fluid inside the switchers, and the tissue start growing inside the switchers. So what happened when the surgeon has to remove the switchers? What happened? There is tissue growth inside the switchers, and that is connected to the wound also. So what happened when you remove the switchers? It will again create a wound. So low capillarity is desirable. So I already told smooth filaments, like monofilament, exhibit very little capillarity on their surface pores. Whereas when you go to the braided and twisted structures, there are many interstices are there between the filaments, and through that, what happened? They can transport fluids or microorganisms, and that may be promote the bacterial growth, which is not good. Not only bacterial growth and tissue growth, both are not desirable. So handling characteristic already we touched, okay, and again we are going to see in a different way how easy to handle the switchers during the surgery and after removing the switchers. So the handling characteristics includes pliability, how easily you can bend it, how flexible, okay, and how smooth. Then packaging memory, not tie down, how easily the surgeon can tie down the knot to the wound edge during surgery. Then after the putting the knots not slip. So that is related to knot security, and this also related to the friction between the tissue and the suture, and that affect the tissue drag also. Okay, so these all interrelated. Even the material is highly pliable and flexible, it's easy to handle it, and smooth also easy to handle it. But if it is highly smooth, then knot security will not be there, but tissue drag will be less. Package memory, if memory is very high, it's very difficult to handle the material, not only during surgery and during removal also.
Sir, actually I joined late. Can you please describe once again what is suture?
Which one?
Suture.
Sorry, you want to make it bigger?
No, sir. I'm saying what is suture? Like every time it is coming suture, but I joined late, so I don't know what is it. Can you please repeat once?
You joined?
I joined late, so I am not able to understand
what is your doubt? Yeah, tell me.
What is suture, sir?
No, tell me clearly what is not understood.
No, I'm not able to understand what is suture.
What is?
What
No,
is
no,
this?
you're not able to understand
SU
what is not or what is not security. What is your question?
What is suture? See, this is suturing technique, and every time we are using suture, what is that? What does that
What is
mean?
suture?
Yes, sir.
Right, suture is basically surgical thread, no, used by the surgeon.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
Say one is the, we say sewing thread, no, that is basically to stitch the fabric, right?
Yes.
So that is also a technical sewing thread. For non-apparel use, no, you are making geotextiles. You're trying to stitch the geotextile panel. Very highly specialized applications. Okay, where the the fashion is not important. Okay, very functional properties. So that is one industrial applications, right? The technical sewing threads. When you come into the human body, okay, we have the sutures. So suture is basically also a sewing thread. Okay, but the thread is used by the surgeon to tie the to close the wound. He does the surgery. Okay, he uses the needle, and the needle hole there is the suture material is there. Suture is basically like you may imagine like a yarn. Okay, in colloquial language. Okay, it is a yarn, a monofilament yarn or a twisted yarn. In a textile point of view, I'm telling. Okay, braided, one. The only thing is they are all sterilized because we are going to put inside the human body, and we need to have very high degree of security, cleanliness, all these things, because it may be allergic, it may promote carcinogenic, it may promote flame, other things. So you see the second paragraph. If you use a stiff structure, what will happen? If it is not a spring, okay, when you're doing the suturing, the stitching, what happen? It will go in a curved form, right? Because you try to close the wound, so it will it'll go in a curved form. If the material is very stiff, what happen? The moment the surgeon takes finishes the knot, okay, and since the material is very stiff, they try to relax and form small loops. In the process, what happens? They will, instead of closing the wound edges, they will open up or pull the wound edges. This is when you try to use the sutures, this is very stiff. So when you use very stiff sutures, okay, so what happens? There is inherent tendency, to come to its original loop form, and in the process, instead of closing the wound, what happened? They will try to open the wound, because they have very high stiffness, then they have very stored energy. So basically, you have to go for sutures which are less stiff, because our human muscles are very delicate. You can't use very stiff materials. So you can see here, a surgeon initially when he put the knot, he must have closed the wound. Now what happened? He used a monofilament, very stiff, structures. So at the moment, he has done the surgery, what happened? The material has, relaxed and, try to come to the initial, loop configuration. In the process, what happened? Instead of closing the wound, it has opened it. So the stiffness is very important. So there comes the selection of the sutures. So the material is the wound is very big. You are going to bound large mass of wound. Probably a little thicker, stiffer one will work. If it is when the wound is small and very trying to do a microsurgery, trying to use a sutures which has high stiffness, it's not good. It is not going to serve the purpose. So it is a clear case where the wound, instead of being closed at the time of suturing, it has again started opening. That means again the surgery has to be done. Wound closer now. It will not take. It will take more time for the healing. Why you are going for suturing? Basically, you want to heal the wound very quickly, So we don't want the wound in open condition. So by using the stiffer, sutures, what happened? The wound is opened instead of being closed. So this I already told, okay, when you put the sutures inside the pack after sterilization, what happened? They develop kinks due to prolonged stay in the pack. So the ability of the sutures to retain these kinks is called the memory. If they're able to retain their kinks, in a good way, then you can say it is having high memory. And this is the problem of the surgeon. When the surgeon is take out the switches from the package, it will not remain in a straight configuration. It will be remaining in a kink configurations. So one need to have low memory so that the kinks will disappear the moment you take out the switches from the package. Unfortunately, all your materials, synthetic materials, nylon, polyester, polypropylene, they have high memory. Among this nylon, polyester and polypropylene, nylon is having high memory because the TG of nylon is the lowest one. So once you put the nylon one inside the package, and they are remaining at at a higher temperature and above the glass transition temperature. Especially in Delhi and all, temperature goes to above 40. Whereas nylon, the TG is hardly 30 degrees centigrade. So that means whatever the configuration it is there in the pack, with that it is remaining, and the temperature is above the glass transition temperature. So they try to retain the kink form when you take out. That is the problem. And PTFE has less memory because PTFE is one of the most inert material on the earth. So they don't have much adhesion to anything. So they can't retain any memory. And coming to the same material, but the same polymer, but the structure is different. For example, monofilament and the braided one. So let us say nylon monofilament and nylon braided one. The monofilament have high memory than the braided one. So not only for switches, for any yarn, fabric, everywhere. Okay, these are fundamental aspects. In the case of monofilament, what happened? There is not much friction. Okay, because there is only one filament. Whereas in the case of braided and a twisted one, what happened? There is a number of filaments are there. In between, there is a lot of contact, and every contact promotes frictional forces, van der Waals forces. In some places, maybe the other forces. So they try to keep the the filaments in place. Now, what happened when you do the suturing, right? You are folding it, bending it, forming loop, okay, and there is some disturbance between the filaments. And in the new configuration, what happened? They again form friction, and then they try to keep that. So that is one of the reasons that the braided one and the twisted one have low memory, because the frictional forces, okay, going to help. So this is a switcher which was inside the pack. The surgeon has to open it. You see there is lying in a kinked configuration. So when the surgeon raises his hand and try to freely hang this one, suppose if it is 1 meter length, the 1 meter length of the one. So then you measure the end-to-end distance, the top, it is freely hung. When it exhibits the same length, 100 centimeter original length, then it is having zero memory. Suppose if it is, suppose it is it's already in a hung form. Okay, what happened? This is the one end, top end, and another end is here. So distance between two here is very low. So that means this has very high memory. So it is very difficult for the surgeon to handle it also. Even if you handle it also, and the wound closure will not be good. Even knot security also not be good. And this is the any multi-filament one, whether it is twisted or braided one, will have high flexibility because their bending rigidity is very low, and they have also low memory because of the frictional aspects. So this one, this braided structures and the twisted structures, you can handle it easily than the monofilament of the same size. Same size means the text of the monofilament and text of the braided structure are same. Let us say you have 20 text monofilament and 20 text braided switches. Both are made from say nylon. Okay, material is same, and text of the material is also same. The only thing is they are having different structure. One is the monofilament, another is the braided structure, right? Now coming to the biological characteristics, okay, it should be very neutral. They should not cause toxicity in the body, and should not be carcinogenic, should not have adverse local or synthetic effect because it is going inside the body. It has to be taken care. And is inflammation can also occur. Depends on the chemical ingredients of the switches. Different switches have different chemicals and have different configuration, twisted, monofilament, braided, and accordingly, the inflammation may be there, may not be there, or inflammation of higher level, lower level, medium level. So generally, inflammation should not be there, okay, but due to some reason, inflammation may be developing. Another thing, infection. Propensity of infection due to configuration structure. Basically, suturing is basically act of piercing the skin. You are piercing the skin with the needle, and through the needle you are pushing the sutures. Okay. So what happened? There is a possibility of opening the avenues for the bacterial infiltrating the incision site. So the switcher, in this case, what happened? The personal switchers promote, some contamination. And during the wound healing process, what happens? Switcher is already inside the body. Okay, the cell can grow inside the interstices of the braided structures because of the gaps between the filaments. The shells can grow, which is not a desirable one. So such a tissue growth can cause major problem during removal of the sutures. What happens when you try to remove the sutures? This already tissue is developed, and this tissue has a continuity with the other part of the body. The process what happens? It will inflict new damage to the delicate healing tissue. So here comes the structure and the capillarity. Okay, so the capillarity of the braided structure is higher because by nature it has a lot of capillaries inside. If the material is having high surface energy, then it's a perfect medium promoting the cell growth inside the sutures, which is not desirable. So you need to have material which has less surface energy and which has less surface energy, at the same time try to construct such that it has less number of capillaries or zero capillaries between the filaments. Another thing is the biological aspects. Okay, some material may give allergy, and this all has to be. So all these switches has to be tested, in vivo, in vitro. In vivo is basically human trials, okay, or maybe in other animal trial you can do it. Another thing is in vitro we do the outside the living organism, and this report has to be given for FDA approval. So that the data about the allergy, carcinogenic nature, inflammation, bacterial growth, all these things will come out from the study. Then only you'll get the approval for your switches. So with this I'll wind up. You can go to attend the quiz which is on the switchers.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Yes.
Sir, today's quiz will have negative marking or no negative marking?
I have for some questions I have given negative marking. Some questions I have not given negative marking.